Major Litul Gogoi, who is right in the thick of a human shield controversy, has now been awarded by the army for his sustained efforts in anti-insurgency operations. He spoke exclusively to India today. The major says the action led to saving of hundreds of lives.
I'm Kamaljeet Sandhu from India Today. Do tell us, what made you take that decision to tie that man? It's been applauded well. You've got a backing from the Chief of Army Staff. You've got backing from the Army. But there's been wide criticism. How do you really respond to this? What made you choose this decision? It's obviously out of a box thinking.
On 9:15 a.m., I received a call from an officer in charge of Utligam and Gundipura polling station. He was from ITBP. He informed me through his telephone that there were some around 400 to 500 people gathered in Gundipura, and they were pelting stones to the polling staff, civil polling staff, to the ITBP peoples. Those were inside the polling stations. And without wasting any time, myself with my quick reaction team, we rushed towards Gundipura. While moving towards Gundipura, we have encountered many roadblocks which we further cleared and moved ahead for Gundipura. And within 30 minutes, we reached Gundipura, and there we took control of the situations. We dispersed the mob. And further, myself along with my 4 boys has gone inside the polling booth where just to check whether the security forces and the civil staff were safe and secure. And in the meantime, again I received a call at 10:30 when I was there in Gundipura from the same ITBP officers, and it was a distress call. He informed me that some around 1200 people have surrounded them in Utligam polling station, and they were trying to burn down the polling station by hurling petrol bombs. By hearing this on my phone, I immediately rushed to the scenario, and which was at a distance of 1.5 kilometers from Gundipura. And while moving towards Utligam, again we have encountered many roadblocks which we further cleared and reached the spot. When we reached the spot, already the crowd have started pelting stone at us, and that time it was included the ladies and the children, and we were unable to move out from our vehicles. And even they were hurling stones boulders from the rooftops, and that was a time where I was unable to move out, and even I was making repeatedly announcing through my megaphone that we are just arrived here to rescue the polling staff and the ITBP persons, those were got stuck inside the polling stations. But the crowd were not listening to me, and at that moment of time I saw a person, a short person, standing in front of me at a distance of 30 meters from my vehicle. I immediately told my QRT boys to catch hold of him, and in my direction my QRT boys, they were 5, and along with me we immediately moved out from our vehicle and started running towards the stone pelter, which we have found later on he was the he was the person who was instigating them, and he might be the ringleader. And on seeing us, we are moving towards him, he noted it and he started running himself towards the crowd, and he himself got in a bike and tried to flee away from the scene. But somehow, despite intense stone pelting and getting hurt, we caught hold of him, and he was known by the name Mr. Farooq Ahmed Dar, who is a resident of Steel, and the incidents happened at Utligam, which was at a distance of 20 kilometers from his residence place. After holding him, we started walking towards the polling booth, and before reaching the polling booth, there was a mine-protected vehicle standing on the road of ITBP. Along with that help, we moved towards the polling station. Once we got inside the polling station, I rescued 4 civil polling staff, 7 ITBP persons, and 1 Jammu Kashmir police constable. From there, we safely started moving towards the road. But at the meantime, again, my mine-protected vehicle got stuck in a muddy area, in which, seeing us, again the stone pelting have started. And that time, it was also an announcement made in the mosque and with that announcement, the civilian has started gathering, and that time they were more violent. Even they were thrown a petrol bomb on us, but somehow that petrol bomb did not burst it. And by seeing this, I instructed my boys to somehow move out the mine protected vehicle from that area, and they tried to do it. And we managed to rescue the mine protected vehicle, and in the meantime, again I announced in my megaphone that give us a safe passage so that we can move out from the area. But the crowd were not listening to us. At that moment of time, suddenly in my mind, the idea of tying him up in the vehicle have came up. And as soon as I ordered my boys to tie him up in the vehicle, by seeing this, the stone pelting had stopped for a while. And that was a fraction of moment where I got a window to come out safely from that place. And immediately I informed all my boys to get inside the vehicles, and we move out from that area. These things I have only done to save the local people. Had it been I have fired, there would be more than 12 casualties, which I have not done. But with this idea, I have saved many people's lives. Those were 1200 stone pelters, including those boys whom I have came to rescue them.
All right, Major Gogoi there taking questions from the press. Joining me right now live is my colleague Kamaljeet Sandhu, who was there asking questions of Major Gogoi. You know, Kamal, there was so much conjecture attached to that incident. Major Gogoi coming out and giving his side of the story finally. You know, first vilified in the valley and, of course, awarded yesterday by the Indian Army. One question, Kamal, that human shield which Major Gogoi strapped to the fender of that jeep, was that a stone pelter? What did Major Gogoi tell you? Or was he somebody who had come to cast his vote? Because there's a lot of conjecture around that as well.
Well, Preeti, obviously little is known about Farooq Ahmed Dar, but what is known is that he was in 30 meters proximity of the vehicle from where Major Gogoi was. He was obviously the closest distance. Since he moved away seeing the army vehicle, they thought he was suspicious. That's how they caught him, saying this is a last resort tactic, because if they had not tied him to the jeep, there would be heavy stone pelting, lives would be lost, and perhaps the counterpart about him firing at protesters there would have cost more lives. At least 12 of them. But Farooq Ahmed Dar had said, and he spoke to media, and he said that he was actually a voter. He was on his way to cast his vote when he was picked up by the army, completely distraught. Many are saying he's actually lost his mental balance. But that is a major concern. A lot of allegations which have come the army way is also the tactics that perhaps there was no stone pelting as it is being made out to be. This is obviously a matter of investigation. Now remember,
but Major Gogoi there, Kamal, laying bare the facts.
Investigation which has been launched into it. What we know from the JK police. But there are two parties to it. One is the Jammu Kashmir police who is investigating, where they will be looking at allegations leveled by the civilian. This is obviously the army version, and army clearly backing the major. He's been awarded a commendation card for counter-insurgency. This is out of the box thinking, but this may create a further divide between the civilian and the army here. We already know there is stone pelting happening on the army. This is also be good affect the Operation Sadbhavna, which the army has been promoting for some time. But clearly the investigation is still out there, but many believe this is going to just be an eyewash and perhaps little will come out of it. But what is going to be important is how the army chief and how the government is now backing the officer, and they believe this is not a standard operating procedure but a one-off incident. We do not know whether they're going to really encourage on ground if this is the sort of procedure or one of the tactics which would be resorted to. But what we know from our sources very clearly is that this is a one-off incident, and that is why this officer, for saving the lives of other men in uniform, is being awarded.
Well, Major Gogoi has come out himself, laid bare the facts on what happened that day and why he was forced to tie that man to the fender of his jeep without firing a single bullet. That's what he saved. He saved many lives. Appreciate you joining us, Kamal. We'll come back to you for more.